Hello and welcome to the Justin Hamilton podcast. On today's episode, the Dollops, Dave Anthony, joins me for a Ripper podcast. We recorded this last week and it is one of my favorites. So I really look forward to you engaging with this one. Dave's in fine form and uh, we do talk about Nazi hats a lot. So, keep an ear out for that. Ah, dear Dave, what a legend. Just before we bring Dave in, just a couple of quick things. First up, had a lot of new people sign up to the newsletter recently. I put out a newsletter every fortnight. It is a distillation of what I do here at this podcast. As you know, if you're a long-time listener to this podcast, my friends and I, we wade through TV and movies and books and music, and we find stuff that we've gotten a lot out of, and then we present it here as a way of showing you stuff that maybe you missed or maybe you were in two minds about. And hopefully, we make enough suggestions that there's a wide range of art and entertainment that you get to choose from that you also then get to enjoy. The newsletter is a distillation of that. It comes out fortnightly. It'll have a recommendation or two of things that I think are worthwhile that you might enjoy. Usually a little bit of an update on things that I've experienced, and also we'll finish up with letting you know what's going on with the various projects that I'm working on. It is free to sign up. You can just go to the website, justinhamilton.com.au. The newsletter signage is all on the front page. You will get a confirmation email that will go to probably your spam, so keep an eye out for it there. Move it to your inbox, confirm, and then every fortnight at 10 a.m. On a Tuesday, you'll just get a little update from me. It's just a little bit of positivity that I try to inject into your emails. So if that is something that feels like it would appeal to you, please sign up. It's also the best way of just avoiding the algorithm that social media has us all enthralled to. There's just so much that I don't see because of the algorithm. And so this is the best way to have one-on-one contact. And also there's a button there that allows you to be able to email me direct. So if that sounds like it appeals to you, head to justinhamilton.com.au and you can sign up for the newsletter on the front page. I will bring in the big man now. I'll swing by at the end just to touch base on what's happening on Thursday and give you a heads up on some of the guests that are coming up over the next couple of weeks. But for now, let's bring in Dave Anthony. You are correct. We've just started recording. And what is the point of trying? We do.
Yeah, there's no point.
I've hit that point. I've hit that point where it's like, so my doctor has me on medication because I have a propensity for diabetes. So he wants to get on top of it quickly and
Sure.
and be aggressive with it. And I was on one lot of medication that cost $140 a month, and then you'd get $40 back from your health insurance, and they've put me
Wait,
up.
I thought you guys had. You guys have that? I thought you guys had your medicine all covered down there.
Not all of it. No. Oh, it's getting in there.
What's the picking and choosing that happens then? Who decides what medicine you won't get covered?
Those guys. Those guys that are slowly, and women. Let's not be sexist. It's men and women in
Yeah, it's the thing where they're
positions.
like, is it the thing where they're like, well, that's new. We're not going to pay for that. It's
Yes,
new. It costs more.
yes. So
And they go, you should just be on this one. And the doctor's like, well, that doesn't work as well.
yeah,
And they're like, yeah, but it's not as much. And you're
yeah.
like, yeah, but the thing is, I could die with that one. I know, but it's cheaper.
It
You
is
get why it's
cheaper.
cheaper, right? It's cheaper because it doesn't work as well.
Yeah,
I know, but it's cheaper.
But when you're dying, you definitely want your last thought to be, "Thank fuck I saved some money."
Or I saved the country money.
Save the country money. Maybe that's it. Exactly. Well, then, so they did put me on a different version of it, and that's 370 a month. And what's great about it is that so the previous one was 140, and you got $40 back, and this one is $370, and you get $40 back.
Well, but what about just taking Reinhardt, throwing her in the ocean and just taking all of her stuff? And then that pays for healthcare. So it's just one person goes away and then everybody gets healthcare.
Like if someone's got a boat, I've got an airtight alibi. Like there's half the team ready to go.
hmm 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 I have ideas. I'm thinking the same thing with Elon Musk. There's a lot of these names that I have on a list that I think we could do this with, and then we'd all be living pretty well.
The only thing that Musk has produced that is positive in any way is the signs going up pointing out that he's a trillionaire and he's contributed nothing to anything worthwhile. And it finishes with the signs calling him a cunt. And they've gone up all through the UK. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, I'll take that. He could do more.
I had an idea for a movie in which the world is ending and the
Hmm.
billionaires are trying to get away,
Hmm.
and it becomes very obvious that no one's going to live. Like everyone just kind of gives up,
Yeah.
and Musk takes off in a spaceship rocket or whatever it is, and it blows up, and it is the moment of joy that humanity could never experience because they are at their lowest, saddest moment, and then it is one of pure ecstasy.
Yeah. Is the movie called Schadenfreude Hard On? Because if you want money,
Uh,
I'm ready to invest.
I really want to propagandize people to the idea of revenge and
Right.
vengeance.
Right.
People need to understand, like, even if you even if you have given up, there is joy in revenge.
Right. It's all kind of been taken away from us. These very important words. Basically, what's happened with the English language, probably what over the past 10, 15 years, is that other words are used to replace the original word that has meaning and an emotional resonance. So art and entertainment just becomes content, and so
Mhm,
therefore content is not something that you experience. Content
mhm.
is a checklist,
Yeah.
and a home isn't a place where you live and feel safe and raise your family. It is an asset that
hmm
you own. And you can
Yeah.
have heaps of assets. And why shouldn't you have assets? Because you paid for those assets. And that's
hmm
that's that's all it means. And maybe we need to be getting on the front foot with words like revenge and just reminding people
hmm
there's an emotional resonance to it.
Yes.
Uh,
There's a release.
it's a release. It feels good. Like,
hmm what better answer for hopelessness
yes,
than sweet, sweet revenge?
yes. It
And I'm
feel,
talking about class revenge.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm all for this. As I slowly see some of my peers slide into absolute rich person insanity, uh, I am I am ready to go to war while we
It
can
is
still
very
muster
weird.
something.
It is very weird to watch friends get rich and become wacko.
Mm,
And then, I have friends that have become super wealthy and not become like Drew Carey is. He's the same Drew he's always been.
right.
He's rich as shit and he just doesn't, he's never going to change. But then I have other friends that became rich and they are out of their fucking minds.
Yes.
Out of their fucking minds. Oh,
Yes.
oh, you're collecting Nazi memorabilia now? Oh, cool. Cool. What a normal thing for you to do. You could also use that money and give it to, I don't know, fucking homeless people, like,
Yeah.
or collect Nazi memorabilia. Oh, you bought a Nazi helmet for 20,000? awesome. What a great use of your money. No, you're a normal comedian. You're just a rich, normal comedian.
You know, like why feed people who could really use the food when you can sit around with your helmet on your lounge watching repeats of Friends? Like, is that what you do with it? Or
I bet.
is
I
that
bet.
come over, check out my Nazi hat? Like, that's a sentence that you should never be saying.
You really shouldn't.
Unless it's an older person in your family died and holy shit, look what I found behind their cupboard. That's
That's
the only
right.
time you could then follow
Wow.
up with, look at this Nazi hat.
You should start with, oh, I didn't know,
I,
but
shit, Auntie Ruth.
not, it shouldn't be like, I won the contest. I got this. I bid on it with other rich people.
Yeah, is there something that they all hold in common? Like when you talk to
Money.
them, no, but it's definitely money. But is there things that they do early in conversations with you where you're just having a normal conversation and then suddenly you're like, "Hello, where's this going?" And then it slides into this
I
insanity.
don't, I don't know if it's, I feel like they can slip in their insanity at any fucking time. I just
Mm,
think they live in a world with other rich people and they don't know what's normal anymore.
mm,
They just don't.
yeah, yeah. They're all sitting around having these conversations that don't relate to the vast majority of people. But
At all.
it's the thing that kind of sets me down this path of hopelessness is that every class of people uh, somehow is the hard done ones. Do you know what I mean? Like their language is everyone's, oh, I'm the victim. And I don't understand how everyday people can look at these billionaires and trillionaires and be like, well, they worked hard for that money, and they get picked
Uh,
on, and they've got they're copying shit on social media and everything, and like we've got to cut them a break.
it's really insane how people think that. Like it's the craziest thought that we have on earth right now.
Yeah,
You're just like, no, they worked hard. They didn't there was no working hard. There's an illusion of working hard, but there's no working hard.
yeah,
They just 60% inherited it. The other ones just took advantage of people. That's the whole deal.
yeah.
Or did fraud, or whatever.
Or whatever, did whatever they could
Didn't
to.
didn't Reinhardt inherit hers from her dad?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
and
And
she's
then once you have money, you can just keep making money. Like it's money makes money.
yes, and yeah, yeah, it's quite remarkable how uh, even even when things go sideways for a rich person, it goes very differently
Oh
sideways
yeah.
compared to everybody else.
Oh yeah, all these AI guys, Sam Altman, all these guys who are just clearly created this fraudulent of product that doesn't make money and doesn't do what they say, and yet they have got all these investors because they keep lying about what it is, and there's no long-term sustainability, either environmentally, monetarily. There's no long-term profitability picture, and they're just grabbing as much money as they can, and then it's going to collapse, and they're going to have money,
Mm,
and
yeah,
they'll be fine, and all of us will be fucked, and people will lose jobs, and the economies will tank, and the real estate will collapse, and all this shit will happen, and they'll have billions. And they'll just be
yeah,
sitting in the pie, and what they did was just complete fraud.
yeah, and they'll still somehow be the victims.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have this fascinating situation in Australia at the moment where Dave Hughes, who I consider a friend and I have known for decades, has slipped into this new persona, which he's been hinting at for a while. I feel like he's been testing it for a little bit, but he is recording 3 to 4 rants a day on social media,
Oh
uh,
shit.
talking
That's always a
about.
good sign.
It's always a good sign. It's always a good sign.
Uh,
And he's going after the government for, breaking their promises about taxing people with more homes, you know,
I mean,
rather
read the
than,
fucking room, bro.
well,
How many homes does he have?
who knows? Like heaps. Like,
Ask me how many he needs.
how many does he need?
One.
Exactly. Yeah, but he worked hard for it. That's what you don't understand. He worked hard for it on
Here's
breakfast
the interesting
radio.
part. Here's the interesting part. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
We all fucking worked hard. This whole fucking capitalist system is us all fucking working hard. I don't give a shit if you worked hard and made more. Fuck you. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Like fuck off. You're at this point in America. They're lucky we're not putting their heads on pikes. Like
Right.
complaining about your third house being taxed is like saying, "Hey, throw me into the ocean." Like people are fucking done. Like
Yeah.
there is a palatable rage building against the wealthy. And when they cry about shit like this, you just like keep piling it on, dude.
Yeah.
When it all comes down, do you want to be a guy that the rich considered a race trader or one of the guys that kept fucking talking?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like it. Also, just be bright. You're not going to change anybody's fucking mind. No, nobody gives a shit. You seem like a rich, out of touch asshole. Like I've seen how expensive things are in Australia. It's fucking crazy. It's like second to America. Like you guys are just getting squeezed.
Yeah.
And to see some guy crying about house taxes, fuck off. You're lucky that they don't take all your houses, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you know watching this sort of happen, this deterioration of him in front of our eyes, is to me part of what it is that I find really difficult to watch, and I've had to stop engaging with anything that he's doing, is that he has a highly addictive personality.
Mm,
And to me, this is an addiction to his career and celebrity. And
mm,
what that means is he has found a new lane that he
mhm.
is thriving in. If you read the comments underneath, it's a lot of people saying, "Hey, good on you for speaking up for the
Uh-huh.
common people,"
Yeah, yeah.
and
Uh,
I was still finding it all entertaining up until the point where he started going on national television and talking about the people who come here from overseas who get to buy
oh,
these homes and they don't get taxed on
uh-huh.
their homes that they have at home in their home
Mm,
country. And it's like, well, now I think your rhetoric is dangerous. Before it was amusing. Now it is, you're stirring civil unrest, and you're being quoted by, Sky News, and you're not too far off being in that same situation where Dave Chappelle was like going, "What do you mean the Republicans use my trans material as
yeah, that's
fodder?"
right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, does he know that? Is that a thing? Are people not paying taxes in their countries? I mean, usually in other countries, like some like communist countries, like say Vietnam, you can own a house or apartment, but you don't own the land,
Mm,
and you can have it for 70 years or whatever the deal is, and then it's gone, and then that's how they keep rents cheap. That's why people in China can afford places to live when they're 20. Uh, so I don't know if they don't pay taxes. I know that they have a system that doesn't fuck everybody, so that might actually be what you should be mad about
mm,
is the fact that there's a system where you get to have really expensive houses and a bunch of fucking people can never afford one. So that's interesting that you're
mm,
not mad about that.
mm.
I think a lot of people can afford houses in Melbourne and Sydney.
Oh man, people can't afford
Homes.
homes in Hobart. Like it's all
Yeah. I mean, so
it's
what are you fucking mad? What's he fucking mad about then? That's not the fucking immigrants coming taking the fucking how many fucking immigrants do you think are coming and buying houses? That's your government putting in place terrible fucking policy to accrue fucking wealth through housing, which is insane because
mm,
people need things to live in.
mm, yeah. It's interesting. He has that. I was talking to a mutual friend this morning who kind of pointed out that if there was a Venn diagram of what he's got right and what he's got wrong, there's just a sliver of what he's gotten right in there, which which I think people see that, and it tends to add a level of legitimacy to everything else. Like his crusade against the Victorian government is one of those ones where you go, yeah, you know what? Those guys have been in power for a long time, and it does feel like that it's rotting from the inside. Yeah, that's a fact. But then it springboards into this other stuff, and I find it
Yeah.
confronting
It,
to watch this degradation in real time.
sure. Yeah, it's the same thing as the California government, right? The Democrats are fucking trash, and they're nobody's happy with what they're doing. But guess what? The right is going to be worse.
Mm,
So, like, those are your choices right now. Like, unless you can vote for another party, which like they're doing in England with the Greens, like that's
mm,
taking off and looks great. But like, yeah, no, when parties get in there for a long time, they start to fucking suck and they become all corrupt and shit. But the answer doesn't mean go to the other side because
yeah,
they're all a bunch of douchebags. So like, that's not the answer. I don't know. There's so many studies of people when they get wealthy, having less sympathy.
yeah,
And that's what this sounds like. He doesn't have empathy for anybody but his own class.
yeah,
He
yeah,
acts like it, right? Doesn't sound like he acts like it, like he acts like this, but like you can't be like for Australian workers and against workers from other places because they're all fucking workers. Like that's the reality of the situation. These people are all workers wherever they come from. And the way we live our lives in these Western countries is to make the people in the other countries poorer. Like that's the whole fucking deal.
mm,
So then they come here and they a doctor is driving a cab or whatever, Uber. I don't know. The limited thought process of those people is just exhausting.
yeah, and it's loud, and they,
It is loud.
also get prime positions, and
Mhm.
like I don't for one instance think that the Labor government, national government here has been perfect, and I don't think it's gotten everything right, but uh, I'm amazed at Labor's consistent inability to, throughout the decades, when they do get something right, they have this inability to explain it and sell it to the
Oh yeah.
public in a simple, accessible way to understand.
I think because they're ashamed of it because they know that their other rich buddies aren't actually for it, so they don't want to go out and crow about it. Democrats do the same thing when they actually stumble into something right, then they don't want to like push it. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just yeah, but it's always because they don't want their rich friends to be mad at them.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, hey, don't tell anyone, but I've given a lot of money to the poor, but I'm still buying my Nazi hat. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing?
We're seeing the surge in popularity with One Nation here as well, and
That's
it
that's generally due to a failure of the moderate party.
yes, and
Mm.
and communication as well, right?
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
but usually it's just a failure of the moderate party that people just start swinging over there because there's no answer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Liberal Party has been decimated and is turning to Tony Abbott to try and
I tried I tried to tell people.
you
I
know,
tried to tell people this was all coming.
I have to tell you, I was talking to a fellow comedian not long ago who used to work for a book
A book.
distribution place, just for a book, just one book.
Which one? That's
Uh,
amazing.
yeah, there was Catcher in the Rye. He was doing
Oh my
well.
God.
Yeah,
Is that a good book to work for? Seems kind
yeah.
of sad.
Well, it started off all right, but he ended up with a copy of Tony Abbott's book about writing
Oh,
about why Australia is such a great place. And I have
oh,
been, for our last three catch ups, I have been meaning to take excerpts out to read to you to see how you
oh
feel.
yeah.
But every time I pick it up, my soul leaves my body.
Sure,
And
sure. I think that's the point of the book.
yes, it works.
It takes souls.
It's just like the
He's one of
Evil
my
Dead.
favorite. He's one of my favorite leaders of all time.
Yeah. What it
He
was,
really is. Like I got such joy watching clips of him and the classic, the one where he just stared while he was being accused of
uh,
something, and he just, and then the one where he ate the onion is just
like without peeling it.
that's it's just tremendous. I mean, tremendous.
There's a moment when you decide I'm gonna really share a power move with people, and
Yeah,
everyone's looking. That was not it.
that was absolutely not it. That was like, oh God, we got to get this guy to a hospital.
I would have respected him more if. I'll tell you the best power move I've ever seen by someone. It was at a party back in the late '90s, and my friend Mal, who big 6'3" guy, used to work at the restaurant that I first started performing at, and we were at a party in someone's backyard, and he just didn't talk to anyone for 20 minutes, and people he just nodded and everything, and it got to a point where people were like, what the fuck is he doing? And we knew he was doing something, but we couldn't get a word out of him. And then eventually he gathered a whole lot of us around, and he opened his mouth, and a huntsman spider crawled out of his mouth and dropped to the ground and ran off.
I'm
And
sorry. What?
huntsman spider crawled out of his mouth and dropped to the ground. And basically, what had happened was while we were all having a good time, he saw a huntsman spider and thought, you know what would be funny? If I put this in my mouth. And he put it in his mouth and with his tongue pressed its abdomen against the roof of his mouth so it couldn't move. And then when he opened his mouth, it went and dropped to the ground. And fair to say, he ruined the party for a lot of people. Now, if Tony Abbott had done that, like for 20 minutes, just not taken any questions, like just kept nodding and everything, and eventually said, Tony, do you have anything you want to say? And he opened up his mouth and a huntsman ran out. I'd prefer that to the eating the onion without
I mean,
peeling it.
how big is a huntsman spider?
Oh, it's like,
It's a big boy.
it's a big boy.
That's a power move.
Yeah. Like, I could
Now,
never
I'm
do
not
it because I'm a
saying what,
vegetarian.
right. I'm not going to say what kind of power. I'm not going to say if it's a good power or bad power. It's a power move of some sort. It's not one that I understand, but man, commitment.
Oh, it was commitment.
Fuck.
Also, think about that poor
Yeah.
spider just in there going, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, the spider's like, I cannot wait to tell people about this.
What's your day been like? Oh, I caught at some flies, had the
I think,
I got trapped in a giant man's mouth for 20 minutes.
have you heard the story about the guy who gets trapped in a whale? It was kind of like that.
They're all calling
So,
bullshit. Oh, yeah, here we go.
did he think people would laugh?
Uh,
Or did he
I
think people would just be shocked?
I think he was going for shock. Look,
Okay.
there were a lot
That,
of people on different types of,
yeah,
enjoyments from drink to drugs.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was mainly the people on drugs that had their night
I would
ruined.
be, I would be so upset if I was on mushrooms and some guy had a spider in his mouth. That would fuck the whole thing up. I'd
I
just be like, I didn't need to know that could happen.
Mate, that's not what you need. I
No.
recently had a couple of mushrooms at home and thought I'll just get about doing some stuff, and then they kicked in, and I was like, oh, these are a bit stronger than I expected. Oh, you
Mhm.
know what I need to do? I need to rewatch David Fincher's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
No,
So
no, no,
I
no,
said,
no. What are you doing? Why?
I just wanted to really lean
That
into.
seems like a really bad one to watch. What about a
Well,
cartoon?
well, it was
What about
super
Ren and Stimpy,
intense.
for God's sakes?
I decided I'm going intense. And then slowly the sunset, and it was only the glow of the TV illuminating my apartment. And I pressed pause and went to the bathroom. When I came out of the bathroom, I caught my reflection, and I got up to the reflection, and I was pulling
Oh,
faces
yeah.
as you do. And then I had a
Yeah.
moment where I thought, I've never seen my face from this angle, but I was
Mm.
thinking as the reflection. And then
Sure.
I thought, I better get back to the movie. And then went back, press play. And it was when Elizabeth Slander is getting her revenge on her
Hmm.
attacker. And I went, that's
Hmm.
intense. And
Yeah.
then I did the dishes. And then I had a good sleep.
Now, the thing that was most horrifying about that story is seeing yourself in the mirror. I always put towels over mirrors if I'm going to do mushrooms because I don't need to see it.
No.
Got to be honest.
Yeah.
Not
It's
interested.
intense, especially when you're up that close. But then when you
Yeah.
start seeing yourself in the real
Yeah.
world from the
Yeah.
reflection,
That's right. It can go really bad.
I got to be honest, I'm just grateful that I'm here. I might not have
We
come
all
back.
are. Yeah.
Something that happened in your country recently was the big UFC fight at the White House.
Yes.
God,
I
I bet
mean,
was
what?
that pay per view or
It was actually, I believe it was, I think it was on Paramount Plus.
right?
So I don't know if that's considered a pay-per-view, but you had to
Yeah,
pay to have the channel.
yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, I didn't really pay much attention to it. I was at a baseball tournament, so I remember at one point I looked at a TV and I saw a motorcycle doing a jump in front of the White House, and I was like, yeah, yeah,
Like it's
that's a perfect representation of our country. I don't have any argument. And then the fight happened, I guess, and I just didn't really pay attention. I got some screenshots that people sent me of Joe Rogan looking round. Uh, and then uh, and then that was it. I didn't really pay. They were at the baseball game. This guy I was talking to was like, "It's so fucking awesome to do that on the White House lawn." I was just like, "Uh huh, yeah, you're the person it's for."
yeah,
Yeah,
it's you.
I didn't like you before this started, and I don't like you now.
Yeah,
Yeah, look, Americans are too like. Do you guys have like a house that you love? The Australians have like a house. They're like, that's our house. Like,
right.
I don't get it. I don't get any of this stuff where people are like, when all those people took over Congress, I was like, yeah, it's a building.
Yeah,
Buildings come and go. Congress is the people. The
yeah,
White House is the person. That's already a shit show. So
yeah,
why not have all this fucking stuff? The more he exposes himself for being a total fuckhead, then okay, great. And it was simply just meant to piss off liberals. That's the only reason they did it. They didn't do
yeah,
it for any other reason. And of course, it worked exactly I mean, they're just throwing tiffs, and you're like, guys, it doesn't fucking. The worst thing that could happen is him being president. Like everything else after that is like whatever.
yeah. Yeah, like the last thing you should do is actually be angry about this
Yeah,
because it's of all the things that he's been doing, this is one that you can just wave
yeah.
off.
You can
Don't,
just laugh at.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't waste your fury.
No, absolutely do not waste your fury on this. It's just like look at it and go, "Yep, no, you're showing everybody who you are." Like it's like it feels very much like everyone's being a Karen, and you're just like, "Yeah, let the guy park there and do whatever he's doing. Like it, whatever, doesn't fucking matter." And plus, like, yeah, liberals don't have anything to fucking argue about because their president put a cigar in a fucking intern's vagina and then smoked it. So you don't have any. There's no upper ground here.
Yeah. You shouldn't be saying that out loud. That might become a competition for next year's anniversary. Like the moving heads at the carnival where you put the ball in.
Who do you want? Who do you actually want in the White House? Who do you want living next door? Do you want a guy who has like a motorcycle, like one of those balls that guys can go around in, or do you want a guy who puts cigars in young girls' vaginas? Which one do you want living next door?
It's
It's not a great choice,
it's not a great choice.
but I'm taking the motorcycle guy.
Gives you something to look at when you walk outside, at least.
I mean, Trump is a fucking multiple rapist, pedophile, murderer. Like, I don't fucking care if he has a fucking UFC fight. If anything, it just shows me how fucking dumb this country is, and we are just completely hopeless. That so many people love it. You're like, okay, it is so. Oh God, what's the fucking movie? Um,
Which one? Rollerball?
No, the one people always compare idiocracy. It's
Oh
so
yeah, that was
idiocracy. Like it's
yeah,
just so idiocracy. And so it's like whatever. I mean, do your thing.
yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's amazing these movies and especially sci-fi books that warned against totalitarianism later, and all these billionaires have read it and seen it as a
That's a
blueprint.
how to. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I
Yeah, that's a good thing.
totally missing the point. Oh yeah, this seems like a great idea.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with Patton Oswalt about how his daughter and her friends were looking for people in the Epstein files, and his name popped up. Have you seen
Oh,
this?
really?
Yeah,
No, he didn't tell me that.
and but it's perfect because the reason his name popped up was Epstein sent an email around saying that they were having a video night, and the movie they were going to watch was Young Adult. So, so he's one of the stars of that, so that's why his name turned up. But as Patton was saying, that must have been a disappointing night knowing those guys. Wait
Very
a minute,
disappointing.
she's not that young at all.
What the fuck? Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing Trump turn up at the NBA finals as well. Uh,
That went exactly as you would hope.
yeah,
The only game they lose.
the only game they lose. I don't think I've ever heard, and I reckon they were trying to play around with the volume control at home, but
Hmm.
to hear booing even faintly during the national anthem was pretty extraordinary.
Yeah,
Because that
yeah.
feels to me like
They
something that most Americans would still wait, normally for to
uh,
finish.
no, everyone's pretty done with him. Even a lot of his own.
Yeah.
I mean, people are fine with you until the cost of everything goes up, and then they're fucking done.
Yeah.
And just watching him like do the Iran shit, everyone's like, "What are you doing?" Even
Yeah.
even it's just the right wing Jewish people and the evangelicals that are all for that war. Everyone else is like, no, I'm not interested. So he's right now he's the least popular president of all time.
Right. Yeah. And then you have the midterms in November. Do you? That'll be kind of fascinating, won't it? Because we'll see if anything can be done, let alone will be done.
Yeah, I don't know. Democrats are really dumb. Never
Yeah.
forget that. But
Yeah.
the Republicans are changing the laws and doing gerrymandering. So I don't know if they'll be able to beat them. We'll see.
Mm.
At some point, Democrats just have to grow a pair and go, okay, we're going to leave and just split up the country.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's no other solution. We
Yeah.
hate them. They hate us. I
Yeah.
don't want to give them taxes to do all their shit. So
Yeah.
we just need to break free.
Interesting. Wow. Really, I remember when that movie Civil War came out and everyone
Mm.
said, as if California and Texas would ever team up. And I was like, I don't know. It feels like anything's on the cards.
I 100% agree that everyone was like, that would never happen. I'm like, man, shit flips so fast. Anything could fucking happen. Like
Yeah.
that you could get to that place with so many different ways. So I never had a problem with it. I was like, yeah, okay,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that this can happen. Joe Rogan seems to be getting in the news again, speaking out against Trump. Are they old quotes, or I kind of felt like he was put in his place after his last sudden outburst?
He's trying to save his ass and not be associated with what is clearly is a disastrous presidency, but is like looking to be the worst ever. Like, so I think he's trying to save his ass from being too
Hmm.
attached to them. But then
Hmm.
again, he also went to the UFC and did announcing at that. He like a month ago went and talked about a bill that they passed. So he's still very intertwined with the shit. He's just trying to seem like he's an independent thinker, but he's not.
Yeah, he's kind of planning for a potentially post-Trump environment where he can point, "Hey, I said this. Hey, I said that."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's not going to work for him and Andrew Schultz. It's not going to work.
Yeah. yeah, they've made their bed, and
Yeah,
this is
they
it.
got to deal with it. Yeah, they got to deal with it.
Yeah. I saw some stuff about Nate Bargatze being MAGA as well, and a lot of people on social media being devastated by that.
You're talking about the theme park thing, or you're talking about something else?
Uh, what's the theme park thing?
He's building a Nate theme park.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I genuinely thought that was a joke.
No, I sent that to Marin and I was like, "Do you remember when comedians did comedy?" And he just went, "Not really."
Well, that's that's one of my frustrations is that someone like Dave once upon a time would have even if you didn't agree with his politics would have crafted a really uh, well-made comedy routine to get his points across, and
Yeah.
now you don't even have to say jokes, and it feels like comedians, you know, no matter what you do, you should have jokes. I feel like that's
Yeah,
the
you should
prime.
have jokes.
That's
I totally agree. Like, yes, everyone should have jokes about this stuff. But you should always trying to be, at least funny, unless you're like sitting down your head. This is a serious conversation. But if you're just out there in the world and like saying, commenting on stuff, you should try to be funny. I'm usually trying to be funny with my snide little bullshit.
yes, that's why we bring up the Nazi hat. God damn it, we're doing our best here. The world's falling apart, and we're still trying to find gags to, a little bit of sugar to help the medicine go down. Come on, people.
Yes. Yes.
I do have something
Wait,
uplifting
what did
for.
Nate do? What's the Nate thing? That
Oh, well, he's just come out, and I think he's just kind of expressed that his politics is MAGA leaning,
Oh yeah,
and
I've always known that. Yeah, he's always
yeah,
been right wing. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah. He's I always thought it was good that he didn't express it.
mm,
Um, but I don't know if he's MAGA as much as he is like very conservative.
right.
That was always the impression I got, and I've known that since, I mean, I've known that for 15 years or whatever. He's just always been very quiet about it. But like, more like church going, like that kind of
Right.
like that kind of conservative type, family oriented, like probably doesn't like gay people, like that kind of that kind of older conservative sort of
Yeah.
viewpoint, as opposed
Yeah.
to MAGA, which is like insane and you can't really get a grasp of. So
You know,
he's just like a traditional yeah, I don't like progress.
yeah, remember the good old days when those people just didn't like the gays but kind of kept it to themselves?
A little
No?
bit like
Yeah.
where they'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't need to see it. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
just go on your side of the street and we'll be on
Yeah.
ours and everybody will have fun.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I think he always seemed to me as a guy that was like not pushing his agenda, which I think is the conservative that we're fine with. As long as you
Yeah.
don't push your shit on anybody, great. And he also does it through very wholesome comedy.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Have at it. If you watch his podcast, it's all very wholesome, guys talking. To me, it's all very boring.
Mm.
I think Nate's extremely funny,
Yeah.
but I think he could be funnier if he loosened up a little bit. but
Yeah.
but I think this will hurt him because I think a lot of his fans, he doesn't realize, aren't there. They just think he's a funny guy. And he's
Yes.
gonna, if they think he's conservative in this environment, he's gonna lose some people.
It's if as a comedian, if you choose to be apolitical and just tell jokes, I think that's absolutely fine. But you
Yeah, it's
have
fine.
to you really have to keep it out.
Yes, 100% out. You can't. But they have such a hard time now because I think we get asked about it a lot, and I think it just seeps through.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
just seeps through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
You
he
keep.
say something?
Oh, I couldn't tell. To be honest, I'm so thrown by the thing
Theme
that
park?
yeah, that was so. I thought that was a routine that someone had. Oh, here we go. Someone's taking it too seriously. But once again, that's on me. I'm also just suddenly just remembering the good old days of the deeply conservative who like my grandfather, he wasn't keen on the gays, but uh, he loved Queen, and he thought Freddie Mercury had an incredible voice, and
Mhm.
his
He did.
favorite friend of my mum's was Jeremy, who you know was
Big
handsome,
gay,
well
big
dressed.
gay Jeremy.
Yeah, rode a moped, had handsome male friends,
Mhm.
knew how to cook, read literature, was a hairdresser. Yeah, so yeah, the gay one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he loved Jeremy,
Yeah.
and you know what? That was the good old days.
Mm.
And you'd question him
Uh,
on it, and he'd just say, "Yeah, well, like it was always that same response. I just don't want them doing anything to me." And it's like, Norm, you're fine.
Nobody wants to do anything to you,
You're in
buddy.
your 70s,
You're
mate.
good. You're good. Um, he apparently was at the UFC thing at the White House.
Oh,
So
yes. Sorry. Yes, yes, yes.
let me just say about that. Um, I don't think and this is going to upset Nick Cody. I don't think it being at the White House is the problem. In every dystopian movie
Yeah,
since I was a child,
yeah.
there was cage fighting. It was a sign of a completely unraveled society, as well as if you go and watch shows about 1800s and they have boxing in it, it's the same fucking thing. And it is a sign of a society that is not civilized and loves brutality and is at the fucking basement of humanity. And that to me is the biggest problem with UFC is that number one, it preys upon poor people to make them fight in fucking cages. I mean, that's mostly what you get. You get guys around the
Mm.
country who have no fucking future and maybe they used to join the military and now they're going to try to choke somebody out and make 50 fucking bucks on a weekend. It's grotesque and animalistic, and the more you go in that direction, the closer you're getting to people actually killing each other, which is where this fucking goes. Because
Yeah,
every single fucking day, every day there's another fucking kid killed in a genocide. Every day we didn't care about old people dying in the fucking pandemic is another day that you're closer to people actually killing each other in a fucking ring. And that's where this goes.
yeah,
Because unless someone stops it, that's where it heads because
yeah,
we are becoming more and more just fucking insane. We're out of our fucking minds. And so it's very easy to get to what's happening in Palestine in your society in different ways. It just
yeah,
is.
yeah,
We're already doing it with our healthcare, and it sounds like you're on the way there. But like our healthcare is like we have an insurance company called United Health that if you're there with them and you get sick, they could just go, "Nah, you're one of the ones that dies."
yeah. Yeah, it's once again it's this lack of empathy that has permeated society where it's like, why should I help them? Because I'm a
Yes.
victim. We're
Yeah.
all victims. So
Yeah.
why should we
We're
help
all
anyone else? We're all struggling.
and what if United Health came out and or somebody fucking there's a list of United Health people that are fucking dying and they just go, what if we take 12 of these people and we have them fight to death and then the last one gets $1 million to their family? How many people would be like, okay, well, they're terminal, so okay. A
Yeah.
lot of fucking people would be on board with that. Right now, we can say absolutely 30% of
Yeah.
people would say, yes, that's a good idea. And
Yeah.
then they just need another fucking 21%.
Yeah.
Like we're so close to this fucking shit.
And if you just
Rollerball.
mate, you just bring in the right sponsors and
Yes.
the right messaging,
Yes.
like to the
The
death.
Pepsi eye pop where they squeeze ahead, the eye shoots out, and then they're like, brought to you by Pepsi, the Pepsi eye pop.
I want to see adverts for it running during the NBA finals. That's what I'm looking forward to. You want to see a rib snap brought to you by McRibs? This is great. To be honest, I was really enjoying the satire of this, but now that you've talked about it a little bit more, it does seem like it's a good way to go. I love Nick Cody as well, but UFC has never sat right with me. And having
Yeah.
seen bare knuckle brawls in car parks and then just
Mhm.
seen it transplanted into or transported into a ring with lights, and it's like it still gives me the same feeling, which
Yeah.
is
It's gross.
it's gross. I just feel nothing but dread
Yeah.
for both people.
And I used to watch boxing back in the day, but I also got a little weirded out by that. And I remember it was a comedian made a joke, and the part of the joke was like, yeah, I mean, the object of that sport is to stop oxygen from going to the other person's brain. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
well, that's not good.
Yeah, yeah. Like, when you kind of, I used to watch boxing as a kid as well because it was presented to you and it was called the sweet science. And,
Uh-huh.
there was mythology to a lot
Yes.
of boxers. And then one day you do kind of work, you learn about concussions and you learn
Hmm.
about the damage that is being done constantly. And then you learn that the 99% of these boxers come from low income earning households, and this is their
Hmm.
only way out. And to
Hmm.
have people paying hundreds and hundreds and millions of dollars to be able to sit there and watch two poor people just punch on for
Yeah.
their entertainment. And I've got to be honest, like it's really affected even my enjoyment of the Rocky movies.
Yeah,
like
a little bit.
like
Yeah, absolutely.
even when you were watching the Creed or something like that, you're like, oh, oh, all the
Yeah,
way through
that's
it.
the poor, there's a poor guy there too. Yeah, it's that's the right part of the movie is that a poor guy is getting a break to not be poor.
Yeah,
Just the brutality of UFC to me is just that's good. I'm done. I don't
yeah,
need it.
yeah. Well, you're right. It's not too far off until we'll be in the Thunderdome, and they'll be able to bring in weapons and
Yeah, I
it's
mean, I don't know how anybody can say that's a giant step. It's just it's
no,
not a giant step.
no, no. Well, we've already seen the giant step from boxing to UFC.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Um, I'm going to finish on something good for you. Uh, did
Kale
you?
salad.
All right, I'm going to finish on two good things for you. One is I'm going to make you watch me eat a kale salad. Um, Everyone, get your lobster bib out. This is going to get hot. I saw online, and I've kind of on Instagram. Did you happen to see in Turkey the Imperial Russian Ballet Company's performance of Romeo and Juliet?
No.
It is glorious. It is wonderful. It's obviously towards the end when Romeo and Juliet are both laying there, and it looks like they've taken their poison, and Juliet probably hasn't woken up yet and discovered that Romeo has actually died. And in while they're laying there,
Wait, what?
oh fuck! I'm so sorry. Should I
I
have given
haven't seen it
spoilers?
yet.
You and your wife were
What
just
the
waiting until
fuck?
this weekend.
Oh my God. I've literally been putting it off, but I was like, this is it. This
You
is,
said,
oh fuck.
"Oh man, I'm so sorry. I remember 9 years ago you said to your wife, 20th of June, 2026, babe, Romeo and Juliet night."
I mean, I read it four times in school, but I never knew what happened.
Oh, you never pay attention to the end.
Oh, and the words don't
Uh,
make sense.
I'm exhausted by then. Right at this point of the performance, an orange cat just walks out and
Hmm,
goes and has a look around and steps over Romeo and then just kind of nuzzles into Romeo. And then,
perfect.
and then Juliet wakes up and you see her clock the cat, but she still has to go through with the performance and she's wailing and crying and the cat's
Cat's like,
looking like, what the fuck are you doing? And then Juliet moves and the cat goes, oh, I'm going to go and sit up there now. And it goes and has a stretch. And you know what? Made me very happy.
I mean, stole the show, number one. Number two, maybe this should be an addition.
I,
Some things, some things make sense.
yeah, like add cats to Book of Mormon, add them to cats, some real
That's the
cats.
most, it's the most cat thing ever to just be like, what are you guys all freaking out about? Jesus, I'm going over here.
Yeah. And what's also great is hearing everyone in the audience clock the cat at different times walking out.
Yeah. Oh,
And you can feel a joy. You can feel people like, oh yeah,
yeah.
like I've been enjoying this, but fuck, this
Yeah.
guy just turned up.
Oh my God, that's really outstanding.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should really be releasing cats, even in the play cats. There should be more
Yeah,
cats.
yeah, absolutely. I'd like release them in the NBA finals, just so I could throw some cats out there. I always, anytime something comes up with people doing trick shots on billiards or whatever, what
Yeah,
always makes it better? A cat
cat.
just pushing
Yeah,
the ball in or popping
that's
his
right.
little head up and grabbing the ball.
Always. It's never made worse with a cat.
No,
Nothing is.
no.
Yeah,
So I've put that up on Instagram so people can find it and feel
I
just
will look for it.
a little bit of happiness before getting back to the drudgery of life.
Mhm.
Before we go, how's Finn going? Were you in Arizona for his baseball?
Yes, he was in the World Series, which is like 100 teams or something from around the country. His team won it last year, the one that he got on. They didn't do as well this year. They went 3-1 and 1, I think. But he had a triple and a double and had some RBIs. So he did good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a good showing. This is a new team, so he had to impress them, and I think he has.
yeah. New, like he's in a new age group, or it's a completely new team, or what?
No, it's a new team. So he's had injury problems the past couple of years. So travel teams happen in the summer, but their auditions happen in December and January. So he's always been injured when the best teams have their tryouts.
Right.
So he has never been able to get on a good team. So this year I had 3 tryouts scheduled, and I took it to the best one first, and he made it.
Yeah.
Um, so he's on an amazing team. 90% of their kids get scholarships to colleges to play
Oh, right.
baseball.
Wow.
Um, so so he's with them. So they already have like 10 guys going to really great colleges, and their pitchers, like everyone on the team is good. You just watch it and you go, I've never seen him play on a team like this. Everybody is a good player. So he's just kind of realizing like, oh, I guess I do belong here.
Oh, that's good.
I guess yeah. Um, so yeah, so hopefully it takes off. He's still doing a little summer stuff with his high school team, so we'll see how that goes. I have to have a sit down. I told one of the coaches I want to have a talk.
Man,
I have a list. I have a
mate,
list, and
like,
I'll be sitting with my list and going, if you want him on your team come January, you're going to do these things. And if you don't want him, then good luck to your team because you don't have a catcher.
yeah,
We have him over a barrel because nobody else is a good catcher.
yeah.
And without him, they're completely fucked as a team. So yeah, so I'm gonna sort of lay down the law and be like, this stuff has to happen.
That's really tasty and intimidating as well. That's great. That's great. I love it. Can I just ask, does my knowledge of baseball is limited to documentaries like Bull Durham and Field of Dreams. The does the catcher communicate with the pitcher on what they think they should be pitching next, or is it the pitch? Like, what's that dynamic?
It depends on the team. So his high school coaches are very controlling. So they tell him every pitch that they tell him in his ear, a little earpiece, and then he gives a signal to the pitcher, and then the pitcher throws that pitch.
Hmm.
On the summer team, they only take guys they think are good, who they think can control a game, and so he gets to call every single pitch. So he,
Right.
as a catcher on that team, is every pitch has been called. He's making that call.
Yeah, right. And what's he doing? He's looking for. Is he kind of reading the batsman,
Yes.
trying to kind of work out where they're at, and then suggest, pitches that he think will.
Yeah. So in a game that they lost, I can tell you this batter came up and it was like 0-0, like 2 really good pitchers in like the 6th inning or something, and this guy comes up to bat and he swings at a high pitch. And I look at his swing and I go, oh, he can't hit a high pitch just based on I can tell now. I can see and Finn knows that too. Finn will look at him and go, oh, he can't hit that.
Right.
And then he'll just keep throwing that. But the guy who was catching on his team at that point didn't understand that. And
Right.
then the next pitch was a low fastball and the guy hit a home run. And I was like, if Finn was in the game, that would have never happened because he
Right.
has an understanding of like watching the swing or just sometimes just watching how they stand in the batter's box.
Mm,
He knows what to throw them.
yeah.
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 And that's a big part of the game. But honestly, most like it's very rare in college for them to let the catcher call all the pitches and stuff. Like most coaches like to call every single pitch because they know the batters better. But there are definitely like Finn destroys his teammates when if they're having like an inner squad
Right.
and he calls the pitches, his teammates get so mad because every pitch he just makes them look stupid. They
Yeah.
get really
Right.
angry.
No, they should be taking it as a compliment. That's he's
They should.
noticing, and maybe there's some things that we need to work on. And when is he in the mode of looking for scholarships? Like, does that start now? Has it
We
already
got.
started?
I mean, yeah, but we had some trouble this year because his school for some fucking reason goes like 2 weeks past everyone else's school. And so his travel team did this whole thing where they did all the metrics, which is like how far you jump, how fast you run, how fast you throw, how hard do you hit the ball. Like they did all that stuff. So he wasn't able to be there for the metrics thing. So I don't know what we're gonna do as far as like because that you need all that stuff for college. So I
Mm,
don't know what we're gonna do. But he's also happy to go to a junior college, which is fine. It's 2 years and it's really cheap, and you're not paying a 4 year school tons of money
right.
for bullshit. I,
Yeah.
I've always like I've always I kind of grilled it into him since he was a kid. Like junior college is the way to go. You go 2 years to a school, get all the undergrad stuff done, and it doesn't cost anything. And so
Yeah.
he's always thought that. So he's kind of fine with that. But I would like him to get into a 4 year school if he can get a scholarship and just have that experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Any in particular or
No, honestly, it's kind of wide open. I got to talk to the coach and this coach has
talk to the
so much
coach?
no, in a good way. This guy has. I mean, honestly, this travel coach is the best coach I've ever seen in my life. He is
Right.
so. He yells at them when they make a mistake and they're supposed to be yelled at. Like, what do you like? Finn caught. He's a catcher. When you catch it as a pop up, you're supposed to have the glove over your head. But he ran over and caught it like with his hand down, and the guy was just like, "What are you do? Do you have a catching coach at your height?" Like he just laid into him and
Yeah.
was just like made fun of him. And I was like, great. So he'll never do that again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because he respects this guy, like this guy knows a lot about baseball. So the guy, he gives the kids shit when they make a mistake. He praises them when they did well.
Yeah.
And he's just really knowledgeable. He's like the opposite of their high school guy. So it's really good. Now, that being said, I need to talk to him and go, where do you think Finn fits in college? Because I don't know. Based on his talent, I don't know where he stands.
Right. Right.
And he's got some idiosyncrasies because his high school catching coach just taught him to do some stuff wrong. So we gotta,
Iron that
you
shit
know,
out.
see is it so bad that he won't get into a college kind of stuff, or is
Right.
it, yeah. And that's the stuff I have to go to the other coach in high school and then go, that can't happen anymore. That coach needs to just shut the fuck up and stay out of his way.
How much would it cost to pay someone to film you having a conversation with that teacher from a distance so we could all enjoy it? Yeah. Because surely we can get Gareth to voice the coach after you're berating him.
Have we talked since he started the summer baseball about what happened?
What I don't know. No, maybe not.
His first. So he goes to a tournament. It's not with this team. Some other team just wanted him for the tournament because the good team hadn't started yet. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll play for you." First at bat. Isn't that now? He barely hit for his high school team because they were fucking with his head so much. So he was like struggling the whole time. First at bat, hits the ball to the center field wall. Second at bat, center field wall. Third at bat, home run.
Oh, right. Wow.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's the coaches.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just need to literally just be away from them.
Yeah. Well, it's you hold tension in your shoulders, and once that's gone, suddenly he's swinging freely, right?
That's exactly right. If there's no tension in your body, you're a much better hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just in his head, and 90% of hitting is mental. Like if you're in your head, if you walk up to the plate and you're like, I'm gonna fucking smash this thing, you're
Mm.
probably gonna do well. But if you walk to the plate going, oh fuck, what I
Yeah.
fucking do, you're gonna strike out or you're gonna not hit well.
It's I reckon that's the thing that happens starts to happen to older players in sport
Yeah.
where when they've achieved so much that
Mhm.
when they're young they're a little bit like I've got to win this next point or I've got to do this, and then when they get older they know all the ramifications
Yeah.
of if this goes wrong, and then suddenly that line that they used to hit is just slightly over, or
Hmm.
that swing is just, it's almost like too much knowledge
Yeah.
starts to weigh on them.
Totally. Absolutely. And you go, oh, I can't catch up to this 95-mile-an-hour fastball anymore. I just
Yeah.
have no chance. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they realize that, and then it snowballs, and the good ones get out of there before that happens. Although
No,
there's some guy. I was just reading. Oh God, what's his name? There was a famous Boston Red Sox player, and someone was like, I was on a team with him in Australia, which is like you guys have like a pro league, but it's like
yeah.
it's Australia, so it's
Yeah.
like kind of. And he played on it for 3 weeks, and he was just like, fuck this. But he's the kind of guy that like he'll go even though he hit the peaks, won the World Series, was like batting champ, all that stuff. He's still just old now and he wants to play baseball. So he'll like, oh, Australia wants me. Okay. And he'll just play anywhere. So I do respect those guys. They're just like, I like it. I'm going to keep
Yeah.
doing it until I'm dead.
Yeah, yeah. I like, we've had a couple of older NBA players turn up in the
Hmm.
NBL, and
Yeah.
you know what? They're still good.
Yeah. And they like playing. So yeah, have
Yeah,
at it. Like you're
yeah,
not good enough in the NBA anymore. You know it, but you can hang there. Go wherever you can hang.
yeah. Just keep playing until that inevitable Achilles blowout, and then it's
That's
done.
right. Until you hear that horrible snap.
You know, there's too many Achilles snaps in sport when you recognize them now. Like once upon a time, an Achilles snap, someone fell over, and then you discover afterwards an Achilles snap. They look like they just fell over, but now I can recognize it because as someone's falling over for no reason, they always look behind them to see who kicked them, and when they see that there's no one there,
Oh,
it's
really?
like, oh,
Really? They
yeah,
look.
yeah, because that's what it feels like from all the reports.
That's crazy.
So, all right, I'm gonna let you go. What's coming up for you?
Nothing really. This summer is just all baseball shit. It's very
Great.
exhausting. Like I just spent a week in Arizona, which is just hell on fucking earth. It's the worst place on earth. It should just be abolished. Like I
Right.
don't know why we're doing that.
Uh, does Phoenix have an NHL team?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Nevada and Carolina were in the Stanley Cup Finals,
Mm.
and the reason Nevada keeps getting teams in there is because they don't have income tax. And
Oh,
there's like
right.
a salary cap, but they didn't factor in the lack of tax in certain states. So certain states keep sending teams to the Stanley Cup Finals, and everyone's like, "Hey, what if you fix that?" So
Yeah.
they're talking about finally fixing it. But we've been watching like that team keep going, and you're like, "Yeah, it's because they can pay everybody more." Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. How does the state pay for things if they don't have tax?
I think they just do everything through sales tax and like really regressive taxes.
Right.
Yeah, it's just about keeping the rich people better off.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
good. This podcast has come full circle. That's perfect. Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Thank you to Dave for being a fantastic guest, as he always is here on this podcast and all the podcasts that he does. Hopefully, we'll have him back soon. I'm guessing lots of crazy things will happen in the world, and we will be right here, ready to discuss all of it. So, thanks to Dave. Once again, if you would like to sign up to my newsletter, it comes out every second Tuesday at 10 a.m. It is just a little bit of positivity to find in your email. It will give you suggestions of things that you might like to check out, movies, TV, music. I think the latest episode, or the latest newsletter, I should say, I really suggested Ed O'Brien's new album, Blue Morpho, which I thought was stunning. One of those albums that the more you listen to it, the more it reveals of itself. And yeah, I can't wait to have Nick Kennedy back on to discuss that. Last time he was on, he had already heard it. It hadn't been released yet, and subsequently, I have been devouring it. So, something to look forward to with Nick. But anyway, if you'd like to sign up for the newsletter, which is essentially a distillation of what we do here on this podcast, head to justinhamilton.com.au. You can sign up on the front page. Keep an eye out for the confirmation email. It will probably go to your spam. Go in, move it to your inbox, press confirm, and you'll be good to go for once a fortnight hearing direct from me. Now, coming up, we have a new quiz. Yes, we have a new quiz with Brian and Coverdale. We have a really interesting chat with Josh Earl. We talk about his new show that's coming up. We talk about music, just how expensive it is to go to concerts and how that can be a deterrent to checking out all sorts of different artists. It's a really interesting chat. So that's coming up as well. And Garth Jones will be back very soon, and we will be discussing novels, graphic novels, and all the things we've been consuming. I've caught up a little bit with some stuff that I was reading, so hopefully I can be a little bit more of a contributor to that discussion. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for today. I'll be performing at the Comedy Store. I'm hosting this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you're in Sydney and you feel like coming and checking that out and saying hello, please do so. I'll be floating around, so I'm always up for a chat. So please do say hello if you come along. But yeah, there'll be more stuff to talk about later in the week. So I'll let you go for now. Remember, you can support this podcast. You can either sign up for as little as $5 a month on Patreon, and that will get you access to bonus podcasts, live shows that have been filmed that are one-offs that you can only find there. It can get you free or cheaper tickets to shows that live shows that I produce. So if you head to patreon.com/Justin Hamilton, you can find a tier that suits you. All money earned there goes back into the upkeep of this podcast and the website. So it all goes back into everything that is consumed here. Otherwise, a top review on your favorite listening platform, or, head over to the YouTube page, and you can find not only this as a video cast, but you can also find a couple of live shows and stuff like that. So plenty of ways to find whatever it does, whatever I make that appeals to you most. Thanks for listening today. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. I look forward to getting back to you on Thursday, as always. Until then.